Dear student, welcome to my YouTube channel Science Vision with Bandekar sir. Today we study that is classification of plants. Classification of plants, a topic of biology. And before this, my some videos there on the basis of work and energy. I am completing that chapter of work and energy. Please watch my all these previous videos. Today I am starting a one new topic of biology there, and I complete this total chapter of biology, that is classification of plant. Dear student, during study of biology, here it is necessary to know all the points and meaning of that all total topics there. And it is a very important topic related to entrance examination of medical science. Means in this way, here classification of plant is a very important topic here. But before we study the classification of plant, dear student, firstly we study a living organism or a classification of living organism. in previous classes या अगोदरच्या क्लासेसमध्ये आपण लिव्हिंग आणि नॉन लिव्हिंग थिंग यामधला डिफरन्स आपण स्टडी केलेला आहे. that is difference between living and non-living things. Living organisms have some characteristics like growth, other metabolic process and other life process there. But in non-living thing there are no any life process. Means in this way, here before we study the classification of plants, we study that is a classification of living organism. That living organism which are found in nature, which are present in nature, how they are classified there. How they get classified into different types and smaller group. That characteristics of living organism is a base of classification. Millions of living organisms are present in nature, and it is impossible to study all living organism in a one head. म्हणजे एकाच हेड मध्ये तुम्ही सर्व लिव्हिंग ऑर्गॅनिझमचा स्टडी करू शकत नाही. Hence in this way it is necessary to classify all the living organisms which are present in nature according to their characteristics in a smaller groups. Dear student, look here. For example, 1000 students in your school, then it is not possible to teach all 1000 students together. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आपल्या शाळेमध्ये जर 1000 विद्यार्थी असतील तर त्या 1000 विद्यार्थ्यांना आपण एकत्र टीच करू शकत नाही. मग आपल्याला काय करावं लागते, तर वी मेक अ डिफरंट क्लासेस ऑफ दॅट ऑल स्टुडंट्स अकॉर्डिंग टू देअर एज ग्रुप, according to their syllabus and according to their examination point, and into different classes, that 5th class, 6th class, 7th class, 8th class, 9th class, 10th class. Means all 1000 students get classified into different classes, and then that is easy process of teaching and learning for the student and teacher. There is a perfect coordination between teacher and student during such type of classification. In same way, here in living organism, in nature millions of living organisms are there. Hence it is necessary they get classified into smaller and smaller group according to their characters, according to their characteristics. Whittaker is a one scientist here. Whittaker, we call Whittaker's 5 kingdom classification. Whittaker is a one scientist here which can classify the living organism which are present in nature in a 5 smaller and smaller groups, and that is called a Whittaker's 5 kingdom classification. Whittaker makes 5 different groups of living organism which are present in nature according to their characteristics. Which are these characteristics here related to classification of living organism? These characteristics are, that is shape and size of the cell, that is number of cell, presence and absence of cell wall, it is they are autotrophs or heterotrophs, Means in this way, that is the base or criteria of the classification. You know, Whitaker classified the living organism mainly in two types, that is prokaryotic living organism and eukaryotic living organism. Dear student, you know what is meant by prokaryotic? Pro means very small. Depend upon the shape and size of the cell, there are two types of living organism. One prokaryotic organism, and secondly eukaryotic organism. You know, prokaryotic organism means a very small cell, you know, not having the distinct nucleus and cell organelles are there. Means cell organelles and nucleus is absent into that cell, only it contains the genetic material and cytoplasm, and such living organism are included into the prokaryotic type. And you know, Monera kingdom is an example there. All the bacteria, viruses are including, pathogens are included into such type of Monera kingdom, and they are the prokaryotic. Then you know, second type of living organism, that is eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means it is the big cell, like just you know plant cell, animal cell. Having eukaryotic cell means having a nucleus and all cell organelles are there. All the functions of body are carried out into the cell. Metabolic activities are carried out into cell. All cell organelles do the definite function. Nucleus coordinate the activities of cell. Means such cell is called a eukaryotic cell, and such living organisms are called eukaryotic organism. They are called eukaryotic organism. Then you know here, such eukaryotic organisms are classified into two types, that is unicellular organism and multicellular organism. Depend upon the number of cells which are present in that living organism, there are two types there, unicellular and multicellular. You know what is unicellular? Uni means a single. The organism having only one cell. Means total functions of that living organism carried out in only one cell, that is called a unicellular organism, and its example, that is kingdom Protista. You know, we are familiar with the example of amoeba. Amoeba is an animal here, unicellular animal. All the functions of that body are carried out into the single cell. Hence, you know, that is called unicellular, and that is included into the kingdom Protista. Then you know here multicellular. What is multicellular living organism? Multi means the number of cells are there. You know, multicellular organism means body can be made of number of cells, and all the metabolic activities of the body are carried out in number of cells there. And you know, such living organisms are included into the multicellular. Multi means the number of. Then you know, multicellular organism classified into two types, that is with cell wall and without cell wall. With cell wall depend upon a cell wall present in cell or cell wall absent in cell. You know, dear students, cell wall is a protective layer of the cell. Cell wall can protect all cell organelles into the cell. Means in this way, in plant cell that cell wall is present, but in animal cell wall is absent. Means depend upon a cell wall presence or absence of cell wall. Depend upon a presence or absence of cell wall. There are two types of living organism. Multicellular organism are classified here with cell wall and without cell wall. Here with cell wall, there is autotrophs and heterotrophs. And autotrophs are plants are autotrophs, and fungi are heterotrophs. Means with cell wall organism can divide into the two. That is autotrophs. Dear student, all the plants, green plants are autotrophs. Why we call green plants are autotrophs? Because they synthesize their own food material in presence of sunlight, and that process is called a photosynthesis. They have ability to trap the sunlight and they synthesize their own food. Hence, green plants are called autotrophs. They have a green pigment called chlorophyll. Hence, all plants having the chlorophyll, they are autotrophs. That all plant cell having the cell wall, but heterotrophs, that fungi having the cell wall, but fungi are heterotrophs. You know why fungi are called heterotrophs? Because fungi not synthesize their own food. Fungi depends upon a dead and decomposed material like mushroom, then nuker and other fungi. They depend upon dead and decomposed material. They feeds on or survive on dead and decomposed material. Hence they are called heterotrophs. They take a food from other. Means in this way, that is, a wheat cell wall gets divided into autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs are plant and heterotrophs are fungi. But without cell wall, that is the animals. Means animal cell have not a protective layer, that is cell wall, but cell membrane is the outermost layer in animal cell. Hence, animal cell not have a cell wall, and that should be inputting into the without cell wall. That is said to be the Whitaker's five kingdom classification. That is called a Whitaker's five kingdom classification. Means in this way, that is depend upon the shape and size of cell, prokaryotic, eukaryotic. Then depend upon a number of cell, unicellular and multicellular. Depend upon presence and absence of cell wall, with cell wall, without cell wall. Then autotrophs, heterotrophs, that is an animals and plants. Means in this way, that is living organisms which are present in nature, they should be classified into five different groups as per their characteristics. Dear student, we study the plants here. In this chapter, we study the plants, classification of plant. That plants, how that plant gets classified here. You know here, plants are autotrophs, and according to their characteristics, that plants which are present on Earth's surface or in nature, they are classified into a different smaller and smaller group according to their characteristics. म्हणजे प्लांटच्या कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स नुसार त्यांचं क्लासिफिकेशन केलं गेलं आहे स्मॉलर अँड स्मॉलर ग्रुपमध्ये. इन दिस चॅप्टर we study the classification of plant in a different ways there. My next videos and another videos are there. They are totally related with a classification of plant and their characteristics. In next video, here we study the such type of flow chart of classification of plant. But dear student, you can write a notes from my explanation. Watching the video and write a notes in your notebook from my explanation means in this way here, that is the topic of classification of living organism. Thanks.